What's going on, guys? It's Jimmy here, and welcome to our daily show where we discuss the fourth stimulus check update, the two new upcoming packages, the physical infrastructure package, the next stimulus package named the American Families Plan, what is going on with the U.S., and what is going on in Washington, D.C. We have really amazing, major breaking news today regarding the next stimulus package, the American Families Plan. And while we had some major breaking news last night regarding the next infrastructure package, that they might be voting on it this week, yes, and really the next stimulus package I'm going to get to here in a minute. Don't forget to hit the like button for us. I've been working hard for you guys. These videos are completely free. The subscribe button's completely free. Make sure you don't miss out on these videos. We're getting down to the nitty-gritty. Remember to subscribe, and new videos come out here every day on our channel at 10 a.m., 3 p.m., and 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time every day. Don't miss out on any videos at this point because there's going to be a lot of major breaking news regarding what is going to be in this next stimulus check package. Okay, check this out. Okay, boom! Check this out. Democrats reach a deal on a $3.5 trillion price tag for the next infrastructure bill. Okay, and by infrastructure bill, they really mean part two, the human infrastructure bill, aka the social infrastructure bill, aka the next stimulus package bill, aka the American Families Package Bill, part two. You guys think of it as the next stimulus bill, okay? $3.5 trillion. All I can say is, wow. Okay, to compare this to the last stimulus package, the American Rescue Plan, the third stimulus check package, that was $1.9 trillion, okay? This is $3.5 trillion. That is almost double, okay? 1.9 trillion, double that would be 3.8 trillion. They're saying this is going to be 3.5 trillion. And if we read this again, Democrats have reached a deal on the $3.5 trillion price tag. Remember, the Democrats are going to pass this by themselves through the reconciliation process, which means they're going to pass this without the Republicans, so they don't need to deal with the Republicans at all. They're just going to pass this among their own Democratic Party. What does this mean? Well, first of all, I'm going to be reading you a couple different articles because, first of all, this information's just coming out. So I'm going to read you a couple different sources of information as we kind of start to piece together what this means and what's in this package, because we're just starting to get this information. Number two, what this means is there's a lot of money for this package to put together, a lot of money for a lot of different things. And when I say a lot of different things, these are the 23 or 24 different things that are currently on the block being negotiated that have been discussed by Democrats for this next stimulus package, okay? We know that there's over like 100 different Democrats that want a fourth stimulus check. We have multiple different Democrats, including the House Ways and Means Committee, Senator Bernie Sanders himself, dozens of Democrats that actually want monthly recurring stimulus checks. We have 3 different Social Security raises. We have both Senator Bernie Sanders, the Senate Budget Chairman, and Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer, who want a Medicare expansion to include hearing, dental, vision, and hearing aids in this next stimulus package. There's a lot of Democrats, like hundreds of them, that want to extend the child tax credits, those monthly checks that are starting on July 15th. In fact, some people are already getting them right now. They're already pending in their checking accounts of $250 to $300 per month. Those are only passed for 1 year. If they want to extend that till 2025. 2 years of free preschool, 2 years of free college, all these different things on this list. You can see them all here. There's a lot of game-changing items here. Some of the game-changing items like these things are things that could go on for many, many years and would really change the game for a lot of people, more so than really just a one-time check. You could almost include some of these things in here because even items number 9, $25,000 homebuyer credit, I mean, $25,000 is a lot. Rent assistance and mortgage assistance, I mean, we've had people on this channel that have gotten $5,000, $10,000, even $15,000 of mortgage and rent assistance, even though there's still a lot of money available from the third stimulus check package, and they haven't sent out the majority of that. I'll be updating you guys on that. But let me get to the details of what they're saying right now. So basically, first of all, $3.5 trillion leaves a lot of money on the table for a lot of those items, okay? That's the first thing to really kind of digest, okay? Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer says, I just stood with Senator Bernie Sanders and Senator Mark Warner and Senate budget Democrats to say we have an agreement on a budget resolution making the biggest investment in the middle class in decades to create jobs, rebuild infrastructure, act on climate, expand Medicare to vision, dental, and hearing, and more. Now, remember, I don't qualify for Medicare yet, but I think that this Medicare expansion to include hearing, dental, vision, hearing aids, and lower the Medicare eligibility age probably to age 60 is an absolute game changer. This is not just like a one-time benefit. This is a benefit that is going to go on forever. It's almost like it's almost like creating the Medicare, like when they first created Medicare, how big of a change that was. This is kind of like the same thing. It's like when they created Medicare, they didn't really include these benefits for about 75% of seniors. Now they're basically giving all these additional benefits. If passed, right, everything is still up for negotiation. I really should stress that. If you're listening, if you're not listening really well, listen to this, okay? We're going to be finding out all the details of what's in this package. I'm going to read you a couple articles here. It's going to give a little bit more clarity here. Everything is up for negotiation until they pass it in the House and the Senate. We've really seen this very, very well from the third package. The House passed the third stimulus check package, and then the Senate changed it, okay? Literally everything is up for negotiation until both the House and the Senate pass it. We've seen this from the second stimulus check package as well. The second package, they added in a stimulus check in there 6 days before they passed it. A second stimulus check wasn't even in that bill. They wrote the bill. There wasn't a check in there. And then like there was so much outcry and momentum for it. They're like, we have to change the bill, add a check in there, take $160 billion away from states, cities, and counties and add it in there, change the bill and add it in there 6 days before they pass it. In the third stimulus check package, they passed it in the House and changed it in the Senate after they passed it. They had to remove the $15 an hour minimum wage. They lowered the income thresholds from the third stimulus check from $100,000 to $80,000 for a single filer. They added in the $10,200 unemployment tax exemption, which actually gave a lot of you guys an extra hundreds of dollars in an extra check, or even some people an extra $1,000, $2,000, or some of you guys got even $3,000 back from that exclusion. That wasn't even added in the bill that was passed in the House. Okay, so that is probably one of the most important thing I want to make sure that everybody understands, because we're going to see a lot of ideas going forward here in the next few days of like, this item isn't included, or this item is included, or this particular senator doesn't want item number 5, or this particular senator doesn't want item number 10, or number 2 is not included. We're going to see a lot of that over the next few days, and we're going to see a lot of people freaking out that item number 12 is not on there, or I want item number 7, it's not on there. Okay, we're going to see a stimulus check's not in there, or the monthly stimulus check's not on there. Everything is not going to get in this next package, okay? We could see a stimulus check in there. We could not see a stimulus check in there. We might not see monthly stimulus check in there. I don't know what's going to be in there. And the senators might have an idea now, but everything could be changed up until the day they pass it in the House and the Senate. And sometimes the House and the Senate have different ideas than what's going to be in there. And they can change it up until the day they pass it. And your guys' support, tweet your senators, call your representatives, call the president, leave them messages, tweet them, email them, sign those petitions, because everything matters. And we changed them in the second package and the third package. All right, here's some more details. Okay, Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer and Budget Committee Democrats led by Senator Bernie Sanders have reached a deal on a $3.5 trillion Democratic-only infrastructure package, the next stimulus package, the American Families Plan. Schumer, emerging from an hours-long meeting with the Budget Committee Democrats, said they have reached a deal on a budget resolution, which greenlights reconciliation, the process Democrats will use to bypass the GOP filibuster on the infrastructure bill, including a $3.5 trillion top line figure, which can be negotiated down. In fact, it's probably a good possibility it could be negotiated down. So just keep that in mind. President Biden is going to be meeting with Senate Democrats on Wednesday, which is today, as Democrats work to lock down support for the deal. Quote, the Budget Committee has come to an agreement. The budget resolution with instructions will be $3.5 trillion, Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer says, speaking to reporters with Senator Bernie Sanders and other members of the panel. Every major program that President Biden has asked for is funded in a robust way. Okay, so when they say it's funded, or when they say it has pay-fors, that means that it's being paid for through raising of taxes or through creative financing. Okay, remember, there's about $1 trillion and there's about $600 billion for part one of the physical infrastructure package that's coming from unspent stimulus money from all the past stimulus packages. There's probably about $1.6 billion total for the two packages that's going to go to this from unspent stimulus money that they're going to use for these packages, okay? They're also going to probably use, if they can get this, forcing pharmaceutical companies to give us and the government prescription drug prices, which I really hope they can pass that. Force pharmaceutical companies to give prescription drug prices to the government for the same prices they sell to other countries for. That will save the U.S. government $600 billion per year. That can pay for the Medicare extra benefits, the Medicare expansion program. Okay, that's considered a pay for because it pays for the Medicare program. Okay, we're going to be seeing tax raises and negotiations over that over the next few days. Corporate tax raises, tax raises on the wealthy. We could see some stocks, tax raises on stocks, capital gains tax raises. We're going to be seeing some details about all these coming things in the next few days or even today. The deal will also include funding for expanding Medicare to cover dental, vision, and hearing and addressing climate change. So notice the deal will include funding for expanding Medicare to cover dental, vision, and hearing. Again, one of the most important things I think in this package. Absolutely amazing. And again, I don't even qualify for this benefit. I'm not 60 or 65 years old. I'm 40. But I think this is an absolutely amazing thing to be included in there. Everybody will qualify for this at some point when they get to that age. I think this is something they've been working on for years, Republicans and Democrats over the years. I really hope they get this in this package. It is a significant change for our the United States of America. Trust me on this one. Key asks from progressives, including Senator Bernie Sanders. A Democratic aide familiar with the deal says the budget resolution will also include language prohibiting taxes from being raised on individuals who make less than $400,000 or small businesses. What the legislation says, among many, many other things, is the wealthy and large corporations are going to start paying their fair share of taxes so that we can protect the working families in this country, Senator Bernie Sanders told reporters. The agreement is a significant breakthrough for Democrats' infrastructure push as the party faces a tight timeline and even tighter margins to advance President Biden's sweeping jobs and families plan, Part 1 and Part 2. Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer has vowed to hold votes on two pieces before the Senate breaks for the August recess, which means possibly passing this in July. A smaller bipartisan deal for $1.2 trillion over 8 years, Part 1, and the budget resolution that includes the infrastructure for and sets up a separate Democratic-only bill. Senate Majority Leader says, quote, "We are very proud of this plan. We know we have a long road to go. We're going to get this done for the sake of making average Americans' lives a whole lot better." Now, here's where it gets interesting. Some of the biggest swing votes for the Democrats aren't on the budget committee. underscoring the work ahead of President Biden and Chuck Schumer trying to build support for the entire Democratic caucus. Senator Joe Manchin, dun dun dun, and Kirsten Sinema, dun dun dun, who aren't on the panel, have signaled they're open to using the reconciliation process to pass a larger Democratic-only infrastructure bill. In addition to the bipartisan package, Part 1, they are currently negotiating, but they haven't endorsed a specific price tag yet. Senator Manchin previously suggested to ABC News that he was interested in a smaller figure, saying that if it's 1 trillion or 1.5 trillion or 2 trillion, whatever that comes out to be over a 10-year period, that's what I would be voting for. He also told reporters earlier Tuesday that he believed both the Democratic-only bill and the bipartisan bill had to be fully paid for. He says, I think everything should be paid for. We've put enough free money out. Now, note that the senators did say this plan we've put together is fully paid for, which make the investments in American families. Will take on what Senator Bernie Sanders and frankly led by Senator Sheldon Whitehouse, the existential threat of climate change in a way that will meet the needs of leading the world on this critical issue. So they say that this plan is fully paid for. So we'll have to see if that will make Senator Joe Manchin happy. Remember, they have to kind of really make every senator happy, along with 99% of the Democrats in the House happy, because they're passing this through the reconciliation process. We're not expecting a single Republican to vote for this, pretty much on principle, even if the Republicans kind of like this, which I don't know if any of them do. Not a single Republican voted yes on the third stimulus check package, so we're really not expecting a single Republican to vote yes on this next stimulus package. So, yeah, we're going to need every single Senate Democrat to vote yes, every single one. That is what happened with the third stimulus check package. So every single one of them needs to vote yes. And we also need 99% of the Democrats in the House of Representatives to vote yes. They can have a couple of them vote no. It depends on if every single one of them votes and if everyone shows up to vote. And if there's any of them that are sick or out, it's like 3 or 4 people could vote no. Last time around, they had one person vote no and they passed it. Also note that the House and the Senate have to vote yes on the same bill, so they basically have to agree on the same bill, and we've seen that in the third stimulus check package. The House passed a bill that was different than what the Senate wanted. The Senate made 3 massive changes. Primarily, they took out the $15 an hour minimum wage, mostly because the senators didn't vote. They didn't want it in there. They actually voted on it and only got 42 Democratic senators to vote yes on the $15 an hour minimum wage. So they just literally didn't have enough votes. I do think that we will see a federal minimum wage raise later on this year after these packages pass on a bipartisan level, Republican and Democrat. There are Republicans that want to raise the federal minimum wage. It hasn't been raised since like 2008. It's $7.25 on the federal level. There's like 20 states, or about 40% of the United States, that is still at $7.25, which is unbelievably low for those states that have that. Remember, states can raise their own minimum wage on their own, and a lot of states have 60% of the United States. But I think we're going to see a minimum wage raise on the federal level probably later this year, somewhere around $10, $11, or $12 an hour after this next stimulus package passes. Also, so basically what I read several different articles and I listened to some speeches. That's kind of what we have for right now. So we're going to probably later today, we're going to be getting more details of what is in the package or what they want to release to us of what's in the package. So remember that 23 or 24 items are what things that we have currently seen Democrats say, we want that in the package, we want this in the package. And this is where push is going to come to shove to see if they're going to put a fourth stimulus check in there, or if they don't announce a fourth stimulus check in there, if we see senators stand up and say, hey, you have to add a fourth stimulus check in there or we're not going to vote on it. Make room for it. Take something else out. adjusted somehow, whatever it needs to be. We need to have, at the bare minimum, a stimulus check in there for this go around. I could see them possibly, excluding children, not giving a stimulus check to children this time around because those child tax credit payments are going out. I mean, literally like tomorrow. Some people are already getting them $250 to $300 per month. We also could see an extension of the child tax credit. So those are basically checks going out to children. So I could see them exclude those or possibly lower the income thresholds. So we're going to see, and remember, everything is up for negotiation up until the last moment. For a second stimulus check was not added into the second stimulus check package until 6 days before they passed the package. So now is the time to make your voice heard. Tweet your senators, tweet your representatives, call them and leave messages, anything you need to do, because that is how a second stimulus check was added. We're going to find out possibly today what is in these packages. And even if there is stimulus checks in there, Medicare, even for example, Medicare, like it kind of is like they announced that it's in there. We really got to keep the momentum on there because they can pull things like that out of there. Okay. So even if a stimulus check's in there, you got to be careful because there's people out there saying that they don't really need a stimulus check out there right now. The economy, some people say the economy's doing good. Some people say the economy's doing bad, and you never know. You get people in a certain senator's ear that say, oh, the economy's doing good. They don't need a stimulus check. Or you get people in their ear saying the economy's doing bad. They need a stimulus check. They need help. That's why making your voice heard right now is very important, because if people say, hey, we need help, we need help, we need help, and that's what they hear, then they're like, oh, yeah, we need to help them out. Remember, they can take things out of the packages. Remember that $15 an hour minimum wage was taken out of the last package. The income threshold for the third stimulus check was lowered from $100,000 to $80,000 for a single. I mean, a lot of people say, hey, if you're making $100,000, you don't really need a stimulus check. They could lower that in the next package and put it in there. That I think a lot of people are saying that right now. If you're making $100,000 a year or $150,000 for a couple, maybe you don't really need a forced stimulus check, but a lot of people do. A lot of people might be okay with that. So at least we get the stimulus checks in there. So all this stuff is up for negotiation. This is kind of what a lot of people are saying right now. So stimulus checks, Social Security raises, Medicare expansion, even if something is in the package, keep the pressure on the senators and the representatives right now so that they don't take something out. Let your voices be known, because there's going to be negotiations like, ooh, maybe we should take something out. Maybe we should put something in. Do we really need item number 2 or item number 3? This is a very crucial moment. So let's make our voices heard, and let's see what happens here today. Remember, new videos come out here every day at 10 a.m., 3 p.m., and 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Don't miss any episodes, and share these videos with your friends and family so that they know. A lot of people don't even know there's another stimulus package coming out. A lot of people don't even know about these child tax credits. There's people that have children that don't even know that these child tax credit payments of $250 to $300 per month per child are happening like tomorrow. So yeah, there's people from California that don't know these stimulus checks are coming out. There's people with unemployment, don't even know they're getting refund checks back. Yeah, so share these videos with your friends and family so that they know what is going on. There's people that don't know about these $50 off internet checks or refunds. Yeah, so it's just like, if they're not watching the show, they're missing out on potentially a lot of money or information. You can click this top video here to watch my newest stimulus check video next. This bottom video is about the child tax credit checks that are going out, as well as the unemployment checks that are going out. And this video is about the new $600 and $1,100 state checks that are going out. So click on one of those videos next. Thanks, guys, and I will see you in the next video.